Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Simple Life of Julene. If you guys are new here, welcome to the Simple Fam. So today I'm gonna be doing a video on how I lost 23 pounds over the pandemic during lockdown. If you guys would like to know how I lost that 23 pounds, what food I eat, what did I had to do to lose that weight, then keep on watching. And let's get into the video. So yes guys, thank you guys for checking back out my channel. So this video was actually highly requested by one of my subscribers. They wanted me to do a video showing them how I make my smoothie that I actually drink, that I use to lose weight during my pandemic. So I just decided that why not take the video and just actually talk about how I lost my weight, what I did, and so forth, so I can give you guys a little brief insight. Let me put my smoothie down. So what I did is, if you guys see me looking on my phone, I actually did a little bit of a list. So I try and make this video quick, but actually at the same time very informative, so you guys can have an idea what I did during this time. First, I work in an office, and if you guys work in an office, you guys would know this. One of the biggest unhealthy job that you can ever have is an office job, because one, you just, if you drive, you just drive to work, go to sit by your desk, you do your work, you get up to go to the washroom, go for lunch, and take a quick break, but you don't exercise in between. So one of the things that it is, they always said that people who works in office is what the number one high risk for developing some form of disease later on in their life, in the sense of, it could be like diabetic, obesity, like the list goes on. You guys know the things. So one of the things that I find too, being in the office and working, that I was becoming unhealthy. So I'll show you guys a picture right here of what I look, because I had my daughter in 2014, and I had some weight on, but I didn't have a lot of weight. Like, I pretty much was all belly, have the baby, come back home, I was good. But I had, one of the thing is, I should say, I said it before on this channel, I have fibroids. So I find that my stomach always seems to get bloated, and I always look as if I'm having a baby. So I have people sometimes asking me like, oh, are you pregnant? Or my kids will be like, Mom, are you having the next baby? And I'm like, no. And I was getting sick and tired of it, but I was trying ways to try to lose the stomach fat, but I find it was really hard. So because I'm always like busy working, you know, going to the office, coming home, taking care of the kids, I always seem to push like doing exercise and doing all these stuff to better my health aside, and I always say I do it later. But anyways, when the pandemic forced us into lockdown and we had to stay home and work from home, I decided that I am not coming out of this pandemic gaining weight and all this stuff. I am gonna come out a brand new me, and I'm gonna actually get to do all of the things that I wanted to do that I didn't get to do because of being busy. So it was almost like, now that the world is at standstill, it's time for me now to take this opportunity to redevelop myself and rebrand myself, change my image and everything. I'm not saying that I am a big person or anything. I am small, but I was gaining weight that I felt, in the sense that is not something that I was used to. A lot of people liked it, but I didn't like it. So one day I took this picture right here. I asked my son to take this picture, and I look at the picture and I was like, oh my God, I'm having like adult weight. And then everyone's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I'm having adult weight. I'm like, no. I don't like that picture. I have to change me. So the first thing that I have to say, the first thing I changed was my outlook. So when I mean my outlook is, I had to look on things that are around me, like people and things and all these stuff that will actually interrupt me from accomplishing my goal. Because a lot of people don't realize this, that a lot of time why we don't seem to achieve our goal is because of the influence that we have in our life and people and certain things that we have surround us that make us put stuff aside or always seem to fall off. Because think about it, if you are trying to get healthy and your friends are unhealthy, meaning that they eat whatever, they drink whatever, and you go out with them, they force you to go back into your bad habit. So one of the things that you have to do is change your, sometimes you have to change your whole circle around you to be able to accomplish a certain goal. And the good thing is I didn't have a lot of circle. It's just more my family, so I had to get my family on board with my changes. And that was one of the outlook that I had to look on. How was I going to be able to incorporate my family to this new mission, or I should say this new lifestyle that I want to bring into the household. So that was one of my goals. And then the second thing that I look on is the second thing I look on was I asked myself, how much weight did I want it? Actually, no. I look on myself to say, do I want to lose weight? Is it just to build muscle? Is it just to lose my stomach? What was my focus? So that's the next thing you have to do. You have to sit down and figure out what is your main focus. Are you working to lose your stomach? Are you working to lose weight? Are you working just to be a healthier person or whatever? So those are the things that you have to sit down and look on. And then the third thing you have to do now is you have to look in your kitchen and you have to see what you have in your kitchen, all the unhealthy stuff. So you now have to gradually, slowly start getting rid of your unhealthy stuff. So one of the things that I tell myself, in order for me to change this habit, I wanted to cut out sugar. So I didn't want to have anything with sugar. So I didn't want a lot of sweets. So I didn't want no candy. I didn't want no homemade juice that I used to make. And I didn't want no more snacks and all these stuff. That I wanted stuff now that were a little bit more healthier, that will keep me on my journey. So that was one of the things. So I now have to think about changing my shopping list and how much. But at the same time, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going crazy in the sense of buying a lot of stuff, because vegetables and all those stuff can be very expensive. So I had to figure out how am I going to do it. So one of the thing that I came up with was, you know what, I'm going to make my own garden. So I'll show you guys a picture of what I did last year during the summertime. I actually make my own garden in my backyard. So I was able to produce vegetable to keep on track of what I was doing without going and breaking the bank and spending a lot of money. So those are things that you can look into. If you live in a country where you're actually summer all year round, that'll be a good thing for you to do, is just make a little garden in your backyard and just keep producing stuff. So that will help you so you don't fall off your journey. And then the third thing is you have to kind of now slowly transition to this. So I went cold turkey where I just cut off juice completely. So I didn't want no pop, no sugary juice that you buy at the store or anything. I wanted natural sugar. So what I did now was I incorporate smoothies now. So my juice was smoothie, and which is vegetable smoothie, everything you can think of, from kale to apples to carrot. Like you guys will see it in the video right here where I make my smoothie drink. And what I do is every week, like for Sundays, I sit and I prep where I make one whole full container to last me for the week, so that way I will stay on track. And then the other thing I did was I now had smoothie and water in my diet. So every morning before I eat anything, I drink 1 big gallon of water, lemon water. So I put lemon water and I drink it first thing in the morning before I eat anything, so I can flush out my liver, flush out my inside and so forth. And throughout the day, I drink water instead of juice. So for the smoothie, I was drinking it 3 times a day, which I was drinking it in the morning, lunchtime, and dinner time. So I cut out snacks and so forth. So when I was feeling a little bit hungry or peckish, I would drink my smoothie. I should say, let me give you one of the side effects I find from the green juice. When I was drinking the green juice, I find that I was using the washroom a lot. Like I was going to the washroom. I was like going like every morning during the day. In the morning I would constantly go into the washroom, like it was going through me. And then I find that I was losing weight. And just a quick story about it, to not to go off track, but I remember my friend came by, and then I was telling them, oh, this is my new drinks now, and they were like, oh, be careful, I drink this one and I lost so much weight. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, you lose a lot of weight by drinking this. And I was like, oh, my goal is not really to lose weight, but I just, not a lot of weight, I just want to tone up, lose my stomach and stuff. And they're like, well, that's gonna be it, so you maybe have to cut down. So as I was drinking it, I was finding that I was going to the washroom and I was starting to lose a lot of weight. So I decided to cut it down now from 3 times a week to 3 times a day to drinking it 2 times a day, in the morning and in the evening. So what I did was I made this. So I started to make like kale, spinach, celery, cucumber, and every day I would drink cucumber. Cucumber is a very, very good diet weight loss vegetable that you can have every day if you're thinking to lose weight. If you want to lose your tummy and you want your tummy to look flat, like I'm telling you, look at my tummy from before. I'm not completely at my goal that I want to be, but I'm actually satisfied to where I am, because I know with my fibroid is hard for me to actually have a toned stomach, but I think it's toned enough for me, and I appreciate it, because I still want something to remind me that, hey, you had 2 kids, you know. So that was one of the things that I realized, that it was actually cleaning up my system. It was actually making me lose weight, and that's how I show you in the video how I made the smoothie drink. If you drink that every day for the next month or however long, I guarantee you will lose weight. And then the next thing that I did, so I started with the smoothie and I started drinking. I find that works. So I slowly now transition in doing exercise. I didn't went extreme. I'm not telling you guys I went to the gym, I started doing all these crazy things. No, I actually start going in my backyard in the morning and start doing a little bit of stretches, and you know, I start like doing a little push-up and all those stuff. And then I gradually now, because I have a big backyard, I started to go walk. I have a hill, so I walk up and down the hill every morning. I go outside for, I started at first with 50 minutes, not to just overdo my body or anything, because you know, you haven't done it before and you're just gradually doing this stuff. So I didn't want my body to be in intense pain, so I started gradually going out, walking around in my backyard. Then I started find myself where I start going out now in the evening, and I start running in my backyard. So as time progressed now, I found a friend which was really good. She was very into her changing her lifestyle, trying to, like, she's very athletic and very, how should I say, she's a fitness person. So she was now going out for walks. She'll walk and do and stuff. So I started to team up with her now, and I start going for walks. So I used to go for walks like on the weekend, like, and we started at an hour. Then we find ourselves that we start walking for like 3 hours, and I find that was helping me now to actually tone me up a little, and I'm losing the weight and so forth. And then I would start incorporating running. So if I reached the field before her and she wasn't there, I would go and start doing at least 2 laps around this big school field until she comes, and I do it. So then gradually now I start going out. I feel comfortable where I start going for walks by myself. So every morning now I would go for a walk for an hour and walk around and do exercise before I start anything. And then when I come home, I will make like a healthy plate. So I started to eat more vegetables and less, not too much carbs. So what happened now is I incorporate kind of like a diabetic person diet. So I start reading all the labels on the carbs. So if I'm having bread, I will tell myself that I'm only having 30 carbs for breakfast. So I'll have like, if one slice of bread is 30 carbs, that it is going to be carbs. Everything else has to be like protein and vegetables. So for lunchtime now, I will say, okay, I will do 40 carbs, and then I would do vegetables. If I feel hungry in between, I would start like having like salads, or I have like a piece of vegetable, or I eat some apple or fruits or something. But I started to break myself from constantly eating, because I find that when I was home during the pandemic, I find myself that I was eating a lot. So I wanted to change that. So in order for me to change it, I told myself that I wasn't going to snack in between unless it was healthy. And when I go on my break, I would normally, like, I have a treadmill in the garage, so I'll go on the treadmill and I will go exercise for half an hour, just walking on the treadmill, just to make my blood running and like get my body like energy going and so forth. And then afterwards in the evening, now I tell myself like, okay, I will have, because it's dinner time, I will try and eat at a certain time so I don't really eat late, so I go to bed. So I'll try and cut down and say 35 carbs and have a lot more vegetables. And then when it comes to night, I will drink my green juice and then I will go to bed. So I actually did this routine and I repeated all the way so I started this in April of 2020, and up to the other day when I weigh myself. Last week I was 130. When I first started this journey, I was 155, and I lost so I lost 25 pounds in the thing. I don't want to lose any more weight or anything, because that wasn't really my idea. I was more for my stomach. So I find myself like even changing all these food and cutting down all this stuff, I find that I'm not even as bloated as I used to be. And then throughout the day, what I find that I do now is I drink a lot of turmeric and ginger tea. And turmeric is very, very good for your system, very good for your digestive system, very good for cleaning out everything. So every day I will drink like turmeric and ginger. And I also, like, once a week and so forth, I will drink my aloe vera and turmeric and ginger tea. And then before that, I was doing also where I would cleanse my liver and everything, where I was drinking like Cajun pepper, like 1 teaspoon of Cajun, like a pinch of Cajun pepper, a little pinch of black pepper. I would drink like 1 teaspoon of like nutmeg egg and ginger and the turmeric, and I will put it in hot water and I will drink that every day to cleanse out my liver and stuff. And I find my skin and my body everything, I had so much energy. I was finding myself want to do more around the house. I was able to, like, you know, concentrate more. I wasn't feeling sluggish. I wasn't feeling sleepy, because before I used to always want to sleep and all this stuff, but I find that I was doing a lot more. And this is my smoothie drink, and I drink this now. Actually, I cut down on it because I was losing so much weight, so I drink this now. I still drink it every week, but I just have 1 cup every day. And I would say that's pretty much it. And then I just constantly continue doing the walking. So I didn't have to do any extreme fitness to lose the weight. I just simply did all those stuff that I listed out. 1, I just changed my outlook on, you know, my surrounding, what's around me, everything. 2, I changed how I shop, like I buy more vegetables and stuff. 3, I drink a lot more water, and I drink a lot more green juice. So it's green juice and water. Those are the stuff that I drink, and I eat a lot more vegetables, and I cut down on a lot of carbs, cut down in sugar. And I find too with the sugar is like the biggest impact that can be on your body. So once I cut out all those stuff, I find there was so much of a change. People even look at me and tell me, oh my God, you look different, you look so good, your skin looks beautiful. But that's all I simply did. So if you guys want to do like to lose weight, just try what I try and see how it is. Leave me a comment down below, let me know what you guys think, and just follow my video. Make the green juice, drink that 3 times a day, morning, lunch, and drink it before you go to bedtime. And even if you're going to bed, before you go to bed at night, drink a gallon of water with lemon. And when you wake up in the morning, first thing you do is drink a gallon of water with lemon juice. Even if you can drink it warm, it's even better. And trust me guys, within like no time you will see the change. And even if you just start slow, go for a 15 minutes walk, just go for a walk every day. You don't have to do like major crazy fitness, just go for a little walk. Even if you do it with your kids, where you just, you know, I find when I was walking with my friend, I don't even realize that we're walking, that sometimes we walk for like 3.5 hours because we're talking while we're walking. So it's good to find somebody, partner up with somebody that you can actually do this with, so you can go for a walk with your partner or your friends or something, or your kids, and just walk and talk. And you, without no time, you will see the difference. You will feel the difference. Your body will feel different. Your mind will be so different in everything, I promise you. And the other thing I should say is, if you guys really want to do this, you guys have to focus. Like, just stay focused. Stay every day you get up, just remind yourself, what is your goal? What do you want to achieve? How do you want to look? Even sometimes be good if you have an old picture of how you used to look and you want to get back to that place, put that picture on the fridge, so every morning when you open your fridge, you have something to look at to remind you to say, this is your goal, you need to stick for it. Put it on your washroom mirror, write it on there, and say, hey, nothing in life come easy unless you work for it. So you got to remind yourself and push yourself and do it. You don't have to do any crazy like changes in your life to see changes. All you have to do is change a little things. Cut out the sugar, cut out the carbs, like cut out a lot of the carbs, eat a little bit less carb, eat more natural, like natural carb in the sense like potatoes, sweet, you know, sweet potato, squash, like pumpkin, vegetable. Like I eat a lot of spinach, I eat callaloo, okra, cucumber, tomato, like pop chow. Like when I make my green juice, everything that I pretty much find in my fridge, I put it in there. If there is apple, like if there is pop chow, if there is okra, there is sweet pepper, I throw everything in my green juice. And trust me, if you don't like eating it, juice it, and just put some of the cinnamon in there, and the nutmeg and the turmeric and the ginger and the lemon, and that will give it flavor. So it will take away the taste if you don't like the taste. So if you feel that, say you drinking this, you don't like how it tastes, put an apple in it and it will change the taste of it. Throw some strawberry in it. It's still gonna be healthy, and it's still gonna help you cut the weight as you go. So that's pretty much what I have to say today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe and help this channel. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.